This is the whole concept of the circumambulation. When you're circumambulating at the Kaaba, all you can think of is Allah, but He's not there because you're focusing. When you focus, and the concept of circumambulating the shaykh means that I take the shaykh as my shaykh, I'm going to listen to the teachings, I'm going to listen to the articles, I'm going to listen to the nasheeds, I'm going to do the service that he's asked, I'm going to do the khidmat. Why? Because now it takes all your time and all your focus. You don't have time to read something else. You haven't read the shaykh's teaching. You don't have time to watch something else. You didn't watch the latest broadcast. What do you want to dilute yourself for? And any other time you have, we're asking you, use your fingers to share, to make comments. So we want to fill all your time with these activities. Why? Because shaitan's trying to fill your time to take you out of that orbit. As a result of listening to the guidance, you're now going deeper into the shaykh's orbit, and his orbit is in the orbit of his shaykh and his shaykh and his shaykh, which is very powerful orbits. Means their gravitational pull immensely powerful because they have an immense relationship to Prophet. And you've got to do that enough with enough loyalty and dedication to catch into the Muhamadan orbit. Once you catch into the Muhamadan orbit, means this love for Prophet burns into your reality. And that's why we said then you would have taqwa and saying, every time we were in the company of our shaykhs, when we make our tafakkur and contemplation, we can't describe what we see, but whatever we could see was enough to know that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. And that didn't mean the left understood that or the person to the right of me understood that. But when you follow their systems of tafakkur and contemplation, you understand that these are vessels for Divinely lights, and in a vessel connect to it so that you can receive the frequency. So we have an old satellite on a roof and we just sit there and looking at like, what is this crazy thing? It's just ugly, old and sitting up there, it serves no purpose. But imagine if that was on and you had the ability to connect to it, well then you'd get all sorts of satellite transmissions coming through. So some people may just see this person, hey, he looks like a regular person, maybe an old satellite dish, and they pass it by. And this is probably 99% of humanity, they don't understand these concepts and these teachings. They think humans are just humans, they don't understand the gift that God has given of the soul and the ability of the soul to communicate, to connect. And then we described in what type of speed can they connect. You see a UFO travelling at light speed, how are they communicating with headquarters? By speed of thought. Well, that's what the shaykhs have been teaching you, they're communicating with heavens beyond light years. Imagine all the planets from here to the outermost galaxy, how many light years away, and the shaykhs within an instant can communicate into the heavens, which is beyond all of that and your concept of it. They can move into that dimension instantly. So it's beyond even the speed of thought, that their movement and their abilities. So this is not something taught normally, this is not something understood by majority, but these are the gifts of the reality of human beings. How to achieve them, how to unlock the reality of the soul, the communication with the soul. Then we understand, oh, well then this individual may have a light that I should be connecting. And as a result they begin to receive these energies, emanations, and they follow the guidance, oh the devil's going to try to distract me. Yeah. As soon as you follow a shaykh there's many distractions, oh relationships come, this person comes, this work opens, they think, oh thank you shaykh. Yeah, not everything coming to you is gold. So could be the last temptation of the devil, thinking, oh with so much barakah, this opened, this opened, this opened. No. It's like if a feast opened before your eyes You were supposed to have some self-control. If you eat all of it and pass out and throw up and get food poisoning, that's your problem. But not everything comes for you to devour and to take. So there are many tests on this way that there's lots of barakah, be very careful. So go very slow and carefully plan what you want to do in life. Why? Because many temptations are coming and many can be traps and difficulties for people.
All of the genres you love, 100% halal. Download now and get 30 days free. Join the fastest growing Muslim community. Mystic meditation,